So let's get started. So we have a very special session today. We invited a lot of ladies from Solv because we think it will be quite interesting to talk about our stories, like how do we get into crypto and what's our experience so far. So without further ado, let me welcome you guys, first of all. And if you haven't checked in, please do so, because by doing that, you are eligible to claim our event badge later on. And also, here's a little announcement today, because we are going to have a random lucky draw during our today's community call, which means if you participate and listen to what we're going to talk about today, and randomly we are giving away 40 Solv vouchers worth $100 to 5 lucky winners. So to participate, all you need to do is go on Seahorse Meadows channel at 9:40 and interact with the raffle boat. Once the game begins, you will have only 5 minutes to participate. So make sure to act fast. Okay, so if you are paying attention to what we are talking about, we will randomly pick up the time, and you will then go to the Seahorse Meadows channel to participate in the raffle. All right, so let's get started. Let me give you guys an introduction about our guest today. So we are very honored to invite Gemma, Ethan, Doreen, Ying, and me, myself, to today's talk. And we are from different teams. Ethan is from our market team, Doreen is our operation lead, and Gemma is our advisor in the ecosystem and investors, and Ying is actually from our developers team. All right, so perhaps let us give our audience a short introduction of yourself, and talk about what do you do at Solv and how do you get into crypto. Is there any volunteer to start first? Perhaps Doreen, do you want to start first?
Maybe lady first.
So I'm Doreen from Solv Protocol. Good morning, good night, everyone. Yeah, it's very honored to have this community call with you guys. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of these platforms. So we in charge of the daily operation of our platform and some BD work, and also some integrate cooperation with other DeFi or NFT or GameFi platform. Yeah, and also the user growth. As you guys, you are here to join our community call. Such as of your different kind of activity and marketing activity, marketing campaign. For example, we held our IVO at last December. And we also have different, some marketing campaign with other platform, such as today's event. Yeah, I think some of the audience from the Project Galaxy platform, right? Okay, so I jumped into crypto industry, I think, more than 4 years now. Yeah, and I used to work in the Web2 industry, in other platform, and be a BD and product role. And I also lead a team with more than 100 people in products and growth. Yeah, and used to grow a lot of different software in mobile phone or PC from 0 to hundreds of millions of users around the world. So I think crypto is quite interesting. Yeah, we have to learn different knowledge every day, and we have different content. We meet different, very smart person. Yeah, make a lot of different friends. So I think it's more, spontaneous work than the work we have in the Web 2 before. So I really love, enjoy the work. I work in the crypto platform. Yeah. And yeah, that's all. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, Doreen. Absolutely, you are like very experienced in the user's growth and do the it has been constantly delivering a lot of amazing works at Solv. And perhaps Gemma, do you wanna like talk about a little bit about your experience?
Sure,
Like
sure.
how
Hi,
did you
everyone.
get into the hope?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Great to be here. I'm currently in the US, traveling for meetings for the next month. But normally, I'm based in Australia. I became involved in the crypto space in 2017, at the start of 2017, and have just loved the space ever since. I focus in general. I focus on looking at investments. I'm a fairly active angel investor myself. I met the Solv team about probably over a year ago now, and joined the team as advisor partner to really help out growing the Solv ecosystem, both on the investor side and on the project side globally. Why I like this space is it's a really good combination of technology and financial markets. So coming from a traditional financial market myself, it's fascinating to see the different type of economics play out in a very quick cycle, which you don't really see in traditional in TradFi. But also, just to see how quickly everything's been built. Solves financial NFT infrastructure. Just and the adoption of sort of DeFi and NFT in this space, and as building blocks, right? Essentially replicating what banking and what traditional financial markets can do in just a few years' time is fascinating stuff. Yeah, so that's sort of how I became involved and what I do. Yeah.
Sure, thanks. I guess you're like in the early morning, right? In the
Yes,
States.
it's 9 a.m. It's okay. It's 9:15. So
Perhaps
I'm
you
12
are
hours
going to,
ahead of China time.
yeah,
Behind China time.
right. Yeah, so Gemma is actually on the road participating in the several conferences in the US, and we absolutely looking forward to for you to share a little bit more on that in the later part. All right, so Ethan, do you wanna like talk about your story here?
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, compared to others, I'm really a newcomer for the crypto world. Yeah. Um, in 2020, I like many undergraduate students, I sent out many resumes, and one of which was a crypto research team. They were recruiting interns, and through this opportunity, I met Ryan and joined them. At that time, the focus of our work was still on the research of some DeFi projects. And at that time, my impression of Ryan and Ming, who is our BD lead now, is that they are very proficient in the DeFi products, and these guys, it seems that they don't sleep. They were discussing projects and like mining program AMM from noon to night. And when I woke up next morning, I found they had been discussing new projects since very early hours in the morning. Yeah. And after September through Ryan, I got to know Mike, Mon, and Will. Later, I learned from others that they are very well-known experts in the industry, and they already have many fans. When we started working together, I participated in several token economic consulting cases with Mike. During that time, I found that Mike is a very creative and innovative person, and he is really a cute and really a big fan of hot pot. Every time we go out, he will propose, "Let's go for hot pot." And so after several months, when we were climbing a mountain in a team building, Mike and Will excited told us about their new findings in digital asset. I think it should be the origin of Solv. So as I see, the crypto is a really amazing place. As a newcomer, you can communicate directly with these very smart brains every day, and they are very happy to communicate with young people. So this time, 2021, October, yeah. After Solv was officially established, the goal of our team became clear and clear. As Solv grew, so did I. When Solv was first established, I helped write articles that introduced our products and ideas to the outside world. Now we have more colleagues joined, and I do more work like project management in marketing. But I'm still on the way to understand myself and explore more possibilities of myself. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Ethan, you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. You are like absolutely one of the like the like stayed the longest at Self Team, I can say. Like from the start. So absolutely like got a lot of experience and yeah, and as you mentioned, crypto world is actually very friendly to both newly graduated people and or like if you are an experienced corporate jobs experts and then turn to crypto, the space is also very like friendly to them. Like all people can be part of the co-building environment of crypto and Web3. So that's also the part that attracts me the most. And I personally joined Solv last December. And previously, I was working at Chain News, which was a Chinese crypto media that can actually give me a lot of opportunities to get connected with many good projects and investors. So I think that's also the first step that I officially entered the space. And before that, I actually did nothing related to crypto, although I get to know about Bitcoin decentralization back in 2017, and but previously I didn't like really get into it. I just know the idea. I know the philosophy. I thought that was really cool. I still do, but I really wish I can like researched deeper and get into the space earlier. But I guess we are all still in the very early stage, so it's not late. And I'm very happy to contribute and work at Solv because I think we are a very vibrant and very collaborative team. Everyone is very open to accept new ideas, and we also have like a lot of interesting discussions, very fruitful collaborations and connections with a lot of different projects, investors, and it's just to make things so fun. And I enjoy the freedom and the creativities of building things together. So it's a very creative place and a very creative and very promising industry. So yeah, that's about me. All right, let's move to the next question. I'm actually very curious about could you guys describe a little bit like in detail about your responsibility at Solv? Like, what do you exactly do? Perhaps you can share about what's the best part about your job, or discuss an interesting project that you've been working on currently. Starting with Doreen.
Okay, so talk about the daily work. I think our daily work just I think in several areas. In one area is we have to grow our business. Our business model is a two-sided business model. For one side is create a new token standard, the ERC 3525. So we really want to more project team in crypto industry to adopt our new token standards. So we really need to generate more assets in ERC 3525. So we have to integrate other crypto project together, the GameFi, DeFi, NFT, etc. products. They have the needs to make their DAO charter management or have their community incentive or marketing or and also have some needs to raise money. Yeah, so. So for my daily work, it's just we have a lot of conference, we have a lot of meeting online every day. I think basically I have about 5 to 6 meeting each day, each working day. So for example, today I already have I think more than 6 meeting now. So this is the last meeting. Yeah, I feel very happy. Yeah. So for each meeting, I just introduce our business model, our platform, our product line, and answer the question from partners, potential partners. Yeah, and we also have chance, talk with I think maybe the smartest people in the industry. Most of in our meeting, we discuss the core problem in crypto industry is the tokenomics. Yeah, it's quite interesting question. So I think the tokenomics design is different in different products. So we talk about this topic and find a suitable solution for them. Yeah. Yeah, and the other side is, the other side of our work is to the users, retail users, or our smart contract users, our tokens, our vouchers users, etc. So we have to plan our strategy on users growth or users activity, and also host and design a lot of funny great marketing activity for you guys. Yeah. So so I think that the job is quite interesting. Yeah, and we also have another other work for supportive or to help us to do the two things as I said mentioned before. Help this we have the work in more efficient way. So For me, I also have a lot of management work. For example, I read some papers for introduction of our products and maybe some guides SOPs for our team members, and have some training work or some human resource work also. Yeah, etc. Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. I guess one of the point of working in crypto is that we are very flat. It's not like in your ordinary corporate job you like have specific things to do. Like you can only do A, B, C, X, Y, Z. But at crypto, you can actually like um, to spend all your like energies and all the abilities to do anything you can do, like to contribute, like DAO, like in a sense, Solv is also a DAO. Like everyone can contribute by like by their skill sets. It's not limited, which I think is awesome. So thank you, Doreen. Thank you for your story. And Gemma, do you wanna like share your story here?
Yeah. So my day to day spent a lot of time looking at projects, speaking with projects, reaching out to projects, to particularly early stage ones, both for like potential investment, but also to see whether they want to join our platform, for initial voucher offering. And so it's actually fascinating to see what are people building out in the market, right? And because Solv is project agnostic, right? So Solv, we look at infrastructure, DeFi, NFTs, and metaverse, and so it's always keeping that pulse on what the market is doing, on what the builders are doing, right? To try and find the next pocket of innovation, and I think that's probably the most interesting and part and most exciting. I think we've already, if we look at our website, we've got probably in total probably over, I would say, both the bonds and the IVO side, probably over I don't know, nearly 100 partners, projects across both bonds and IVO. And we therefore get quite a very good overview of what the market is doing, right, in the early stage, particularly in the private market. And then spending a bit of time, probably more recently, talking to investors, to get their thoughts on whether they want to invest in our bond vouchers, but also to see where they're thinking the market is going. Right. So being at the forefront of this, being close to the heartbeat of the market is very exciting. But in terms of actual day to day, it's like literally on meetings, either face to face. Recently, in the US, face to face meetings, as well as some calls, and the fact that at Solv we've got a very good BD team that can do follow ups and makes sort of my life a lot easier, right? If I find a good project or a good investor, I can just pass on to the team to follow up with. So that's what I what I do and what I'm excited about.
Sounds very exciting. Like, actually, like since you're already like just attending some conferences lately, I would like to pick your brain on what's your take on those conferences, like
Yeah.
permissionless and consensus.
Yeah.
What's happening? Like, all about the vibe
So,
and what
so
you interesting. Yeah.
So it was interesting because I didn't I was at a different conference. I didn't go to permissionless, but I knew a lot of people who went to permissionless. Given permissionless, happened just maybe 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks after the Terra Luna UST collapse. Everyone was surprised at how positive the conference was. Sure, there are people, the Terra team didn't attend, right? A lot of the Terra projects didn't, have to pull out. But those who were there, it was very overcrowded. It was too many people there. That's the key feedback. But it was a lot of projects, a lot of investors. There were probably more investors than projects at permissionless. And the sense was everyone was just, it was sort of quite positive. There was no talks of being in a very, multi-year bear market. Like, I think I remember back in 2018, the conferences was much more depressing, right, in 2018. So at least permissionless was the vibe was very good. I'm yet to go to, so it's consensus is in June, NFT NYC is in June. So I'm yet to go to these ones. But so it'll be interesting to see what the vibe is. But I know a lot of people are going. So I would predict that you'll just be, as busy. But I think the big difference between this time and last in 2018 is people are still building, right? The builders haven't left. But in 2018, there weren't a lot of projects just stopped building because no one knew. Everyone being the first major bear market for crypto, a lot of people people didn't even know would crypto be around. Would it come out the other end? So yes, I think this time is much more positive.
Do you see any specific trends in terms of the projects being blooming, or certain projects are growing in trends and being talked about more and more?
Yeah,
and
infrastructure type, which is great for Solv, right? Because Solv is a infrastructure, financial NFT infrastructure. So really, in a bear market, I think what would otherwise be a very boring type of project, like infrastructure, so layer twos, particularly layer twos, bridge, middleware solutions have becoming quite popular now. I think not so much, the application like NFTs and DeFi. I think people are a bit exhausted. We're not seeing much innovation at that level, but at the bottom layers, yes.
Right. Especially in bear markets, the real builders keeps grinding on their projects and building infrastructures, the foundational layers.
Yeah. And in a way, it's actually probably easier to talk to projects now because the market is slower. Everyone just focus on building, right? So trying to reach out to projects, for partnerships or to get them to use our products is a bit easier than probably 6 months ago.
Good. I think it's also very promising for Solv to have more good quality projects to collaborate with. It's exciting. All right, thank you, Gemma.
Right.
And Ethan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, tell us about your marketing management job. I guess a lot of audience will be interested.
Yeah, as a marketing side, I always focus on our website, our docs, our Twitter, our articles, our Medium blog, etc. Because I'm really proud of our products. The vouchers we deliver to the crypto world is really a fantastic and innovative product. So I always search some channels and the thought leaders of the crypto world to try to find some clues that they are interesting and find a way to introduce our product well to them. Yeah, and I have Serena and Johnny. You two are helped me a lot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think you are being humble here. You are always scheduling what's next and planning for the next event and pulling up all the resources together to help us moving forward. I think what you do is amazing. Okay, like for me, what I focus more is I think there's two branches. The first one is more on the investor relations and communications, because we do have a very strong investor networks. So we need to keep them updated about what we are doing and arrange like regular meetings with them to exchange ideas and to stay sharp in the information side. And to help with that, I write or like newsletters, and also some like help with translating some like products and product introductions for our BD teams to use with not only with our clients but also investors. And on the other side, currently I'm working on, perhaps you guys, some of you already know, I'm working like managing the rebranding project of Solv, which is we work with a very awesome agency to help us rebrand our whole visual systems. And the project is very fun, very creative. We get to explore or vision or mission, like really sit down and really think about what our products mean to the space. Because as you guys know, Solv is a financial and NFT platforms, not only for the trading, minting of those very innovative, very flexible, and very beautiful, visualized, elegant vouchers that represents financial rights, but we also aim to be a like a one-stop solution platform marketplace for those tradings of those financial NFTs. So to bring all the product lines and our logic to embrace them together, we need to figure out a clear route of how we present them to our users clearly and intuitively. So we've been working on working on our brand strategies and to tell our stories in a very clear and a very attractive way to our users. So working on that, and it's going strong, it's going smoothly, and you guys will have the final result by the later half of the year. So yeah, that's very interesting, the project I've been working on. All right, so I think it's almost 9:40. Perhaps it's time for us to do a lucky draw. So if you are listening, please go to the right channel, which is called the Seahorse Meadows channel, and interact with the raffle vote, and you will be eligible for the lucky draw. So we're giving away 40 Solv vouchers worth $100 to 5 lucky winners. All right, let's continue to our next question. So those questions will be more general. So I'm wondering, have you observed like any interesting trend? Actually, Gemma already talked about it, but I'm interested to hear about Doreen's and Ethan's ideas on that. Like, what do you think is happening right now in the space that interests you most?
I think after this bad thing happened related to USD, and I think most investors, especially in this stage, think they got a lot of influence because the valuation of project in secondary markets have a big change. I think it's maybe a next generation. Yeah, some friends told me that, and some friends from some venture capital, they told me that their boss tell them that do not really need to invest some project, only invest some project that really in high quality, and other times you can just go to some internet, talk with other friends, okay, study anything you want. You do not need to invest it. So I think that in this period of time, it's a very good chance to everyone for us to read some books, read some article. I think more and the other important paper. I think very important. For example, some classical, some important papers that you haven't got enough time to read in the bullish markets station, and you can read them in the time, and you also can settle down and maybe adjust your lifestyle a little bit and get more time to take care about your family, yourself, you're healthy, and and also I think that the marketing situation is quite a good chance for the project team. I think like Solv and other project team that we work with, because we got enough money to maintain our team, our technical team, our business team, and also I think we have some very good fundamentals, some basic fundamental now, and we have a very good chance to grow our business in the this bear market station. Definitely, I think that is a very good chance. A lot of good products such as Axie Infinity, they just go through a whole bear market station. So I think that's a good chance. That's my opinion. Yeah.
To keep the fire like through the bear winter time. And absolutely, like I agree with you to find the work-life balance more. Cool. So I heard like during you actually also mentioned some like you are like catching up with some like classic articles, papers, and do you like to share some of things you are reading to our audience? Like, what's the most interesting one you are reading currently?
Yes, I I really love to share the some articles. I think maybe some you can start with some some YouTubers, influencers, maybe some YouTube channel. I think that is quite interesting and it's easy to understand. For example, I really love to watch the video from the a channel named the guy. Do you know that? Yeah, it's a guy from London. Yeah, have a very I think a very beautiful London accent. Yeah, and tell some basic information about other DeFi platform. He will tell you some basic information, the background of each important product. I think in crypto. Yeah, for example, he will tell you what is Avalanche, and their product story, the background, the consent, in a very simple way. Okay.
I see. Thank you. So like how about Gemma? Like how do you I guess you've already talked about what's interesting in the space now. Perhaps now you can share about how do you keep up with all the informations in the industry, and what are you reading perhaps recently that you would like to share?
I just spend a lot of time on Twitter. So there are, I follow lots of people on Twitter. And so I have a separate Twitter account just for research. And so every day I get up and the first thing I look at is scroll through Twitter, look at what I've missed overnight. Some good ones like the DeFi Llama has a daily update. The Daily Ape has a good update that summarizes, what are the key, not just DeFi, but DeFi NFTs, infrastructure, readings, and some of the readings are quite long as well. So and a good way to look at what's sort of new projects that's coming up and then dig into it if I'm interested. Yeah, so I actually spend quite a few hours every day just reading through Twitter, and that will lead me to other research papers or Medium articles. And then, and also just I'm in various, groups, right? Investor groups, DAOs, project groups, and often people share sort of things that they've come across. I think the market and the whole space is so big now. It's impossible for one person to look at everything every day or be across everything, right? So I think it's important to be in groups, or that have a few people that you share thoughts with, and who share thoughts with you. Like, for example, I'm not, my strength is not in NFTs, right? But I have friends who like to focus on NFTs. So whenever there's NFT something going on, I always ask them. Whereas I like to, at the moment, focus more on infrastructure and DeFi. So sort of find other people who can complement your your focus.
Very good point. I guess that's how we why we say down to the rabbit hole in crypto, because there are just so many things happening at the same time, and it's happening fast and happening it's just you can't do it all, so you need to have other big brains that have specialties in different areas to help you together collectively to get stay informed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Right. Thank you, Gemma. And how about you, Ethan?
Yeah,
How
for me, recently, I'm really interested in the tokenomics of a project. I want to figure out what a successful tokenomics really means. Is this every tokenomics is a Ponzi game? I have talked about it with Mike last night, but I think I need more time to learn from him and others. Yeah, that's my recently focus.
Yeah, right. Mike is absolutely a very professional and very experienced in tokenomic designs. He actually started that back in 2019, if I remember correctly. And definitely tokenomics is not what I am good at, but I think it's very fascinating because it's a alignment between I think the value accrual in the system, like in the products itself, and the value accrual to the token itself. Like how do you connect the value of the token and the value of the system together, like make them to have a positive correlation, I guess. And also the recent very trendy project Steppen, a lot of people discuss about their tokenomic designs as well. I think that's very fascinating. And so for me, I think since I used to work at a media, which you can tell I'm very sensitive to information. So I like to listen to podcasts and also to follow really quality Twitter accounts. And also there's a recent very helpful resource I use is called Chain Feed. is actually a RSS aggregator, which has a lot of selected like good sources of crypto news, project updates, and podcasts and investors' researches all together being pulled into this website. So you just go to this website and you can follow up a lot of good contents, which is pretty much like a crypto media, but it's I guess it's more curated and more professional. So I think it's a good supplement on top of Twitter, because Twitter, like obviously there's a lot of things going on Twitter, but it can be very fragmented, and it can be little like too flexible. It's good for like a small like you keep up with certain pieces of news, but for a more deeper understanding of certain topic, I think I have a good media news resource is also very important. So I also recommend, if you read Chinese, you can read Chain Feed. That's a very good resource. So I guess, do you guys have like, do you ladies have other comments would like to add here? Because I think that's pretty much all my questions for you. Or do we have like any questions from the audience? You can raise your hand by clicking on the show request. Okay, so Gemma, I guess you have a meeting at 10, right?
Yes, I do. But it's been a great to be here and great session.
Great to have you. Great to have you.
Thank you.
All right.
I
So
might just drop off now then, as I prepare for my next meeting.
sure. Good luck on the next meeting.
Thanks, guys.
Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Gemma. All right. So I guess perhaps if you guys don't have any questions, and we can kind of say good night or goodbye here. What do you say?
Okay.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Okay, thank you guys for joining us
Okay,
today.
thank you for your
Hope you
time.
enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, someone. Hi, John Aoki. Do you have questions you'd like to ask?
No, I was gonna say goodbye.
Sure. Goodbye. Thank you for coming to the stage and joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for the AMA.
Sure. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.